AITA for lying about being pregnant to my family to protect my husband? My husband is a transgender man and we've always wanted to start a family together. I have a huge fear of pregnancy, so he offered to carry the baby. It was an insane process. He had to stop taking testosterone for a long time, but he was amazing throughout the whole process and I did everything in my power to help him feel more comfortable. None of my family know that he is transgender, homophobic, transphobic, all the phobics, but our friends know. He posted an ultrasound to his private Instagram, not knowing that my sister follows him on a burner account. Well, she saw the photo and told my whole family. They were furious that I wouldn't tell them. Our plan was to say we adopted. They assumed I was the one pregnant and blew up on me, so I just let it go and rolled with the lie because I wasn't going to out my husband. The first couple of months I'd let them visit. Eventually I'd start eating big meals and purposely bloating myself to the point of discomfort so I looked pregnant. They'd remark around the 6-month mark that I was remarkably small, but I just played it off. Eventually I couldn't lie any longer, so I looked for every excuse in the book to not see my family. I turned down the offers of baby showers, gender reveal parties, anything that would require us seeing each other. Luckily my family live an hour away and we all live busy lifestyles, so them randomly visiting wasn't an issue. The one time they did pop in unexpectedly, we were out of the house. If they FaceTimed, I made a point to be in bed feeling horribly sick so I couldn't give a bump update. I lied my ass off and they just thought I had a rough pregnancy. My husband gave birth a year ago and went straight back on the testosterone, and now we're happy as ever. My family have met our daughter and they adore her. A week ago, after an argument between myself and a friend, said friend decided to out my husband by messaging my family and included proof. They did it by adding everybody to a group chat, posting screenshots and basically the whole story, then saying I'll leave you all to discuss. Then they left the chat and blocked me and my husband. In a transphobic rage, my mother raced to my home and all but beat my front door down. It wasn't pretty. I had to call the cops. I've been disowned, but that hasn't stopped the daily calls and texts coming from my parents, aunts, uncles, siblings, etc., leaving nasty transphobic slurs on my voicemail and other hateful crap. I ended up crying to my friend yesterday who told me that I should have been honest with my family, as it would have saved me a lot of heartache. Or said we miscarried and then adopted later. I'm not happy that things played out the way they did. I just feel so sad now. Maybe it was wrong to lie to my family, but I feel like I had no choice. Edit, because I figured I'd put this in the main text. My husband has always encouraged me to maintain a relationship with my family, however, it was mostly for his sake. Personally, I mentally checked out years ago. But when they met him, they welcomed him with open arms and treated him like a son. Yes, it was conditional on him being presumed cisgender, however we never intended for them to find out. He felt a familial love that he's never had from his own family before, which is why I kept my relationship with my parents at his request. If it weren't for him, I most likely would have cut them off a long time ago. I'm sad that this has happened, but most of that sadness is for my husband rather than for me. Also, the friend in this story who outed him is obviously no longer a friend, and never will be again. The other friend who said I should have told the truth is on thin ice. Update. I got caught up in some other stuff outside Reddit for a few hours. Firstly, thank you all so much for the overwhelming amount of support and care. I wish I could reply to everybody. Y'all are right that my husband is one tough cookie and he's too wonderful for his own good sometimes. Secondly, I'm sorry to all the transphobes that were upset by my post. It must be horrible being so fragile. Get well soon. Thirdly, after reading all of your comments, my husband and I decided that moving will be the best thing for us. It's scary because it's such a big change and we'll be in an unfamiliar place, but we're looking forward to living in a more LGBTQIA+ friendly area. I've asked a friend to call in a welfare check on this ex-friend since they are technically missing, but I'm washing my hands of this whole situation and anything to do with this person. Again, thank you all so much for the love and support. Update 2. Hi all. It's been over 3 months since my post blew up on AITA. I messaged the mods for approval for an update, but unfortunately that was not possible due to the controversial nature of my original, and I completely understand. Firstly, thank you all for the support. I was absolutely blown away and never expected for my post to blow up as much as it did. Secondly, husband, baby, and I are safe. We moved about 3 hours away from our old place and we're very happy. We have lots more space, which is a blessing and a curse. A blessing because I can finally have a home studio now and husband has enough space for a workshop. A curse because there's more rooms to clean.
Baby is thriving.
We've made new friends too, some who have babies around Bub's age. Husband and I are missing my family despite everything that has happened. We've cut contact and I don't know if we'll ever be ready to re-establish that contact. It hurts and it sucks, but I know it's for the best. My sister has tried reaching out, but my parents are too stubborn. Now on to an update on our friend who outed my husband. I ended up calling a welfare check on them as nobody heard from them for over a month and none of our friends wanted to call it in themselves. Due to them being homeless, it was difficult to track them down and they weren't high priority despite them presenting as manic the last time somebody saw them. Unfortunately, their body was recovered a little over 2 weeks ago after their car was found. My husband and I were distraught and still don't feel like it's quite real. We attended their funeral and said our goodbyes. We are considering speaking to a grief counselor together as we've experienced a lot of loss from this whole thing.
So that's about it.
Not the happiest update, but I thought I'd hop on and share it anyway.